Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome to today's Wild Rift video. In this video, I accidentally did a pick that I didn't want to go for. I thought I actually had a dual lane in this game, and I was like, I've been trying out Varus, I've been trying out the new skin for Varus, and I've also been trying out different builds for Varus. So I was like, okay, I'll go into legendary queue, I'll give him a try, because no one really plays legendary queue, no one really cares about it. People sort of limit test in legendary queue, to be fair, but this is not the sort of limit test that I was expecting. I accidentally picked Varus support because I thought I was in the duo lane. So I had to play Varus support in this game. And honestly, it didn't work out that bad. I'll show you all the build on screen now. I kind of went for the standard ADC build. Again, this is the same sort of build that you can run in the dual lane as well. I've been testing it out. I've been testing out Manamune with Essence Reaver and Rift Maker, you know, items that enhance his abilities. And also Phase Rush works pretty well with Varus as well, because with Phase Rush, when you use your abilities or you auto attack and you get that Phase Rush proc, then you'll be able to get lower cooldowns and then use your abilities again, which works really, really well for Varus, because your main damage source is really coming from Varus's first ability. You don't really auto attack too much with Varus, so you have things like Rift Maker, which gives you true damage, Essence Reaver, which enhances your piercing arrow even more. But yeah, I had to play this game as support Varus anyway. You can see that I'm I even typing to myself as well that I'm pretty stupid, but hey, it still worked out anyway. That's the funny thing. Obviously, as a support, now if you do make this mistake yourself, it's totally fine. Like, you can still win games, it's not a problem. You know, Varus support was the thing in PC League for a while as well. And the great thing is that you can still build support items, and support items are not that bad at all. They also did a change in Wild Rift where if you last hit minions like I'm doing now, I still give 100% of the gold over to the AD carry. So overall, it still works out pretty well, even though it might seem a little bit troll, but it still works out pretty well. The skin's also quite nice as well. I played the skin quite a few times on stream. I think it's decent. I don't think it's anything too crazy. But yeah, as you can see, it's just double range matchup. Ashe and Varus is a pretty scary bot lane, actually. I mean, normally this is flipped the other way around, because Ashe support is still somewhat popular. You can still play Ashe support. Most people just play Ashe as the carry now. I was playing Varus and I was like, oh, okay, well, I accidentally picked this, so I'm giving it a try. Trying to bait the dual lane here to kind of walk towards the Rengar. You can see that I'm just like sitting in the bush at the moment, walking up to last hit minions, trying to dodge abilities. I'm trying to get the Caitlyn to walk up into this bush and kind of get baited in this bush. So that's why I'm taking quite a few auto attacks here from the Caitlyn. But then I see the Lilias here and I'm like, uh-oh, I am in big trouble. I was able to exhaust the Lilia, but yeah, the red buff kills me. It was kind of unfortunate. I think if I flashed away there a little bit earlier, I probably would have lived. Like, if I would have flashed Lilia's jump splash attack, I probably would have done a bit of extra damage. But yeah, a little bit unfortunate, to be honest with you. A little bit unfortunate. There were people on stream. There was one guy that wanted me to try out this this crazy Varus build that they're doing right now in I believe it's in China or Southeast Asia, where they go for like full inspiration tree. You go for CTR boots and you just build items that give you the most amount of ability haste. And this just allows you to spam your abilities more often. I think that build can work out pretty well. I think the only problem is that you will be losing out on damage. I still think precision tree is still the best to go on Varus. You know, if you don't have brutal in the early game, then you're not really doing that much damage. You got things like Giant Slayer, which works really well against any sort of bruisers or tanks, or pretty much anyone that builds HP in general. And then also Legend Alacrity for that little bit of extra attack speed as well. So I'm running Transcendence in the secondary tree because I do want to give it a try. I do want to see if this, you know, Phase Rush build actually works out. Obviously, this is a bit of a different scenario where I'm playing Varus as support. But yeah, we're giving it a try anyway. Yeah, Caitlyn Soraka is still a bit of an annoying lane. I think we could have probably played a little bit more aggressive in lane and tried to kill the Soraka. I think the only problem is that we don't really have enough burst damage to be able to kill this Soraka. And Soraka's actually doing a really great job at just staying behind Caitlyn and using Caitlyn as the kind of front line, because if we focus Caitlyn, we're never going to kill Caitlyn, because Soraka can just heal and heal time after time. gonna try our best here to try and do something. I'm also, for some reason, like, Ashe never used her ulti in this game. I just realized that this was the game that Ashe never used ulti. And I think Ashe doesn't get the kill here as well, which is a little bit unfortunate. But this whole time, Ashe had ulti. And for some reason, Ashe just never used the ultimate. If Ashe used the ultimate at all, look, you can see the ultimate is still up and available for Ashe. I have no idea. Like, I'm pinging it now as well. I don't know why, like, the Ashe never used ulti in that scenario. Like, even here as well, like, use your ultimate. Like, what are you doing? I mean, I don't know why. Like, yeah, you can see I'm just typing and just I'm just typing. You can see it just a little bit above my camera. Like, I have no idea why my Ashe just never, unless she accidentally didn't level up ultimate at level, actually no, she's level 7. Surely she has her ultimate. Like, why is she not using her ultimate there? I mean, it just blows. This happened a lot in this game, by the way. I think my Ashe only used ultimate about 2 or 3 times in like a 15-20 minute game or whatever. And I'm just like, you're sitting there on one of the strongest CC ultimates in the game, one of the best pick potential ultimates in the game. I think Varus's ultimate is a little bit more difficult to hit than Ashe ultimate, especially with Ashe ulti as well. You'll be able to what's the word called, you'll be able to aim it and do what, like, pretty much aim it to wherever you want to, try and move around. You see, I'm just pinging Ashe ulti. It just blows my mind, this Ashe. It's 5 minutes into the game. I would have used my Ashe ultimate at least twice in this game. Hey, look, Ashe ulti, Ashe ulti, Ashe ulti. Like, there, hello. Like, I don't know, just still hasn't used ultimate there. Like, you can even use it here on the Caitlyn. Like, just use it anywhere. But anyway, we picked the Lilia off anyway. Really, really good to pick off the Lilia. That means we can start off Drake, which is really, really nice. You can see that I'm kind of roaming around. I'm kind of helping my team. The big thing is that obviously I can help my team because I'm able to, you know, because I'm playing Varus support. Really nice ultimate over the wall here. We just get a bunch of damage down. Unfortunately, didn't exhaust the Caitlyn, so I didn't slow her down. Yeah. I think we win this. I think the Malphite's just dead. Yeah, Malphite's just dead. Easy pickings. Look at that. Varus support, broken. S++ tier. Broken support champion. Wait, Ashe used her ultimate? I didn't even know she... Where did Ashe use her ulti? Actually, no idea where she used her ultimate there. She's actually going to kill the Lilia here. I was so surprised. I was like, back off, back off. They're all coming back to lane. And Ashe just kills the Lilia in lane. This is legendary queue, by the way, as well. So these players are like Master Plus. So yeah, I just have no idea what's going on in this game. But this is one big thing as a support, kind of getting back on track. This one big thing is support that not a lot of supports do. At the start of the game, for the first objectives, Herald is 20 times stronger than Dragon. Dragons don't do near enough as much as Rift Herald in the early game. You have to think that Rift Herald gives you so much global gold if you're able to take the first tower of the game. Obviously, in this instance, we already had the first tower of the game. But in like a standard game where no towers have gone down, you can easily just get the first tower of the game with Rift Herald, get your team a huge amount of gold, like get a big gold lead. And that does a lot more than the stats of Dragon. The stats on Dragon are not that great anymore. It used to be decent because the Dragons used to stack. So you used to try and get like, if it was like, you know, 1% healing on Ocean Drake, that would scale up to 2% if you get 2 Drakes, and maybe 3% up to 3 Drakes. But now you just get 1%, so you don't actually get scaling depending on how many dragons you stack. And to be honest, even some of the dragon souls as well are very, very weak. So it's a lot better in the early game just to give up first dragon, just be like, okay, I'm just gonna give up on my bot lane basically. And as a bot laner, all you have to do is just stay underneath the tower and just farm up, really. Like, that's all you need to do. You don't need to walk up to dragon, you don't need to risk yourself dying. All you need to do is just farm in lane and just let your team take Rift Herald. Like I said, you'll still get the global gold anyway. So I think splitting the map is the best way to play Wild Rift in the moment. You know, as I mentioned, you know, kind of play towards that Rift Herald side of the map, or the Baron side of the map, however you want to explain it. Play towards the Baron side of the map. You can still gank your dual lane in the early game if you're aggressive early game jungler, but most of the time you can just farm up and then go for the Rift Herald. You know, champions like Rengar that just wants to farm up, champions like Kayle jungle or Neela or anyone like that, really, you can just farm up and then just take Rift Herald. And then with that Rift Herald, you're just going to give yourself so much more gold. Unfortunately, my Yasuo got completely caught here, and for some reason I'm not taking blue buff, which is taking a while for me to take blue buff there. Yeah, Yasuo got caught topside. Rengar used ultimate as well, but there's not really any way that we can make it here. Yone's doing a great job though. Ashe is pushing the mid lane. We just have to try and cancel the backs here. I probably should have saved my first ability here to try and cancel the backs. I'm trying to bait the Malphite, but the problem is that they kind of already saw the Rengar here. Like, I'm trying to bait the Malphite to jump in. As soon as Malphite jumps in, like, Rengar can just jump in and do a lot of damage. But it's not going to work out, unfortunately. I do have ultimate as well, but it's too risky to flash in and use ultimate. If I flash in and use ultimate, then I'm definitely dead. As you can see, we're just kind of playing the baiting game at the moment. I'm just trying to proc his first strike. He's trying to poke me with his first ability. We're both trying to bait each other, I think. I'm going to stay in this Baron lane for now. I'm going to push out one more wave. There becomes a point in the game as a support where your support item gets completed. Once your support item gets completed, you'll then start to get the full amount of gold from getting the minions. Because in the early game, when you have relic shield stacks, you're actually not getting 100% of the gold if you're just going to farm normally. That's why you have to have a dual lane partner there. That's why support items only get played with 2 people in the lane, not anyone else. I was able to catch out Lilia here and just pretty much one-shot Lilia with the help of Rengar, stealing the kill in the end, but really, really nice in the end. This is another instance here. If Ashe uses ultimate on the Caston, like, yeah, another instance where it's like that Caston there is a free kill, like a complete free kill. All Ashe has to do there is just ultimate the Caston. Yes, he has his Rift Walk, his ultimate, but I think we have enough burst damage to cut them down, especially if like Yasuo has Tornado, but it still works out in the end. Getting the pick on Lilia means we have control over this second dragon. We're going to pull it out here to make sure that it doesn't get stolen at all by any sort of craziness or anything like that. So that is all good. And we're good to go. 227 at the moment. Hey, that's actually not going that bad, to be fair. 227. Doing pretty well. Like I said, I'm just doing a standard ADC build. There's not really a Varus kind of support build that you can go, to be honest with you. I'm just going for like the standard ADC build with Relic Shield, because Relic Shield still works out really well. And to be honest, it doesn't even matter too much that I take minions at this point, because I still benefit a lot from getting gold, because I can do a lot of poke damage. And this is why Varus was really good as a support in PC League, because you would just play like double poke bot lane and you just keep using your abilities to just do a lot of damage. And that's kind of the same with how it works in Wild Rift. I mean, yes, you don't normally play Varus support in Wild Rift. You normally play him as a carry, but even as a carry, he's a lot better when playing him as like a poke champion rather than like on hit, because we don't have items like Rage Blade yet or anything like that. To start off Baron here, my Rengar should be helping us at the Baron here, because we can just take this Baron for free, because if they walk up, they're just dead. And that's how far ahead we are in gold at the moment. I think it took Rengar a little bit of time to realize like, oh, my team is just taking Baron for free. Let me walk up and help my team. Yeah, my Yone dies, but it's completely fine. I'm saving my ultimate here, so when like Lilia or someone else walks up, just like that, we can shut them down. Do a bunch of burst damage here onto Lilia, and then Lilia is just dead straight away. Like, there is nothing that they can do at all. Nice little bit of poke damage again. Yeah, that's a great thing, you know, using Varus ultimate, and should be using Ashe ultimate as well to be able to poke them down. Actually, I didn't accidentally flash, actually. I actually wanted to flash there because I was kind of scared of the Caston ulting onto me. Yeah, that's the way that you should use like Varus ulti, Ashe ulti, or something like that. Like, that is one way you can use it. I use exhaust here and I actually get the kill onto Caston. I remember this actually, and then I get the healing here. I go onto the Malphite and I remember this. Oh, that was hilarious. That is brilliant. And Yone blocks the Caitlyn ultimate as well. Oh, it's such a good clip. It's such a good moment. I use the exhaust on the Caston. He's not going to do enough damage to me. I do a lot of burst damage though to that Caston. Like, I was very surprised how quickly I was able to do burst damage. So that is one way in which phase rush can work on champions like Varus. If you're playing champions that can, you know, proc phase rush very, very quickly, that little bit of extra movement speed that you're able to get actually benefits you a lot, and actually does a lot to be able to you know, keep yourself alive, because that extra movement speed saved me. You know, it saved me from getting hit by the Malphite ultimate, and it can save you in a lot of other scenarios. Unfortunately, it doesn't save me this time, but it still doesn't matter because we still got phase rush for the extra movement speed. But yeah, Lilia kills me in the end. That's kind of my mistake. I shouldn't be standing there in the first place. Malphite just came from out of Fog of War there and just kind of one-shot me, basically. Yeah, I mean, Phase Rush Varus works out pretty well. I've tested him for a few games. I think, you know, it can work out pretty well, to be honest with you. I'm trying to think if there's like better ways in which to build Varus. I mean, you could build Varus with Conqueror as well. Conqueror Varus also, excuse me, works pretty well. If you're playing more like on hit or something. But there's not really any other benefit to go in anything else. Zelia champion still does a lot of damage, by the way. Kind of crazy. But I think we're going towards Riftmaker now. Yeah, this game is pretty much over. We're so far ahead. 20 kills to 10 right now. We should go for Riftmaker next. But yeah, you don't get a lot of money as a support, so I wasn't able to get a lot of items. But I think the poke damage from Essence Reaver plus Manamune is just enough when you're playing Varus support. You don't really need to do anything else, to be honest with you. I think this is where I was like looking at buying CDR boots instead of the Gluttonous Greaves, but someone was telling me to get CDR boots because CDR boots gives you more ability haste. The one thing you need to note with CDR boots, the boots of lucidity, is that where it says underneath about spells are reduced by 10% or something like that, that's just summoner spells. That's not your actual abilities. You see where it says reduce spell cooldowns by 15%? That's just summoner spells. That's not actual abilities. So I don't think there's a lot of benefit really to it. You get so much damage and so much sustain from Gluttonous Greaves, and it gives you so much more of a spike early game that it's just a lot better to go for that instead. See how I'm just walking up here trying to use my ultimate, trying to get a pick here. We pick out the Soraka. Finally, Ashe used the ultimate as well, so that was a really, really nice combo. That's the combo that I was talking about. Varus ulti on top of Ashe ulti. If you're able to chain that CC one after the other, it's really, really great. So we're able to get the Dragon Soul here as well, which is the Mountain Soul. Getting that little bit of extra shield. But you can see here, like, even getting Soul, like the little shield that you get from Mountain is not that great. I think this is where we finish the game 5, 3, and 10 with Varus support. I guess you wasn't going to see that anywhere around, was you? I bet you wasn't expecting that. You're waking up today, it's like, what's Stuart's video today going to be for Wild Rift? Varus support. There you go. Bit of an accident. Like I said, I thought I was dual lane. It's just one of them things where I'm like, I was probably reading chat or something, or I was probably doing something else, and I didn't realize that I was support. So I picked Varus, but it still worked out in the end. Varus support MVP as well. With Varus support, that's pretty insane. 5, 3, and 10, and we even did the most damage on the team as well. Look at that, 23,000 damage on our team, which is insane. We did the most damage in the game. Like, that is, I don't know what to say. Like, dealing the most damage in the game is absolutely crazy. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this rundown anyway of this gameplay. Please don't give Varus support a try. I don't want to be seeing games where people are starting to play Varus support. It's not really a thing. It was just an accident, but it was a pretty funny game to show anyway, and it got some funny clips in there as well. But yeah, appreciate you all tuning into the video. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Peace.